The following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for the 2022 Girls Varsity State Hockey Tournament. The Girls Varsity State Hockey Tournament is brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Weatherall, Wagner Auto, and the Ramkota.
Ashley is in with a breakaway. She shoots. She scores! It's 5-3.
The Varsity Girls State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Pelican Power Sports, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Hockey Headquarters, and the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce.
There's a shot. She scores! Sabres, a short-handed goal. And the Mitchell Marlins lead 2-1.
And also by Becky Potsuba State Farm Insurance, Hermanson Orthodontics, Sunmasters of Pierre, and the University of Jamestown.
As they count down the seconds, the Aberdeen Cougars have won the state championship 5-2 over the Sioux Falls Flyers.
The Girls Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, Ranky Gray Wealth Management, the Fieldhouse of Pierre, and Kubota. And now, let's join the voices of the State Hockey Tournament, John Winkler, Jeff Anderson, and Jim Lloyd for the call.
And a good morning as we welcome you here to day number 3, the final day of the Girls Varsity State Tournament. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd. 3 days, 2 days are in the books. The third day just about ready to get underway. And we get to start, if you're listening on Capital City Rock or from the Pierre area, we get to start with the hometown team for the third straight day. The White Capitals start all 3 days out as they play for the Constellation Championship as they will take on the Rushmore Thunder. This was two teams that split in the regular season, so we're already talking about this could be a fun game to open things up again.
Well, you sure hope so, and you hope the kids have fun because that's what you get to a state tournament for. You work all year long to get to a state tournament. You hope you can have fun and play this game. There's no pressure on you other than you're playing for the Constellation Championship.
Yeah,
but,
no
I mean,
pressure
what
at
the
all.
heck? Go out and have fun and just play your game and do your thing.
But both teams are coming in after a win yesterday to open up the day. The Capitals end up getting a 5-3 win over the Sioux Center Storm, and then it was the Rushmore Thunder knocking off the Watertown Lakers 4-1 to finish to get to this Constellation Championship. And the 8 seed that had to narrowly escape to get into the state tournament now all of a sudden has a chance to finish in 5th place.
Yeah, they're playing good hockey.
They really are.
They started out against Sioux Falls and gave Sioux Falls everything they wanted. Of course, Sioux Falls was the number 1 seed, and Rushmore held them off for a long time and played well. And then, of course, came back against the 5th seed to beat the 5th seed. So they're playing good hockey right now, probably as good as they can play,
and maybe as good as anybody in this tournament.
Well, they were outscored 4-1 the first game, and then they outscored the opponent 4-1 the second game. So it's very rare that you see an 8 seed be at a 0 goals difference. A lot of times that 8 seed sometimes ends up losing by 5 or 6, and then if they get a win, they maybe squeak out a win by 1 or 2 goals. But they are 5 goals for, 5 goals against. The Capitals have a positive goal differential going into this game after the Capitals. They're a team that might be playing just as good. I mean, these two teams obviously earned their right to be in the Constellation Championship. But out of the 6 teams that are here today, these 2 teams are playing some pretty good hockey because the Capitals barely lost to Aberdeen 2-1 to open up the tournament.
Well, and you look at it and say, well, it seems like it's kind of early to get started at 9 o'clock, but these kids have played hockey for years in most cases, and at some point in their career they've played games at this early time.
Might have been a couple years ago when the last time they did that. But,
that's right.
Or a lot of them practice early too. It's not uncommon for them to be on the ice at 6:30 in the morning before school.
Or even 5.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. So they're dedicated to the sport, dedicated to their team, and you got to like that.
Well, as we look at this matchup, as the White Capitals, they come in. It was Bradley Kafka. They got 2 goals yesterday. Alyssa Stahl, Ashley Lee also scored as well. And so did Addison Gray for the Capitals. So they picked up those 5 goals in the win. And then you look at the Rushmore Thunder. Lucia Vitas had the 1 goal in the game on Friday. But then Kaylin Cover, a senior. We'll talk a lot about seniors throughout the day today because while, yes, two teams, their seasons came to an end yesterday, all 6 of these teams, this is their last game. So there's a lot of seniors that are taking the ice for the last time. And Kaylin Cover, the lone senior for Rushmore, had 2 goals yesterday to get her team into this Constellation Championship. So we got some good goal scorers. As much as Rushmore struggled to score at different times, this Rushmore team can score. Lucia Vitas and Kaylin Cover, Paige Zimiga can also score. And then on the side for the Capitals, Briley Kafka, Ashley Lee, both with double-digit goals. And you never know about Olivia Swenson. She's 2 goals, and she's in double digits too.
That's right. Vitas is kind of a fun player to watch. Not necessarily the biggest hockey player out there, but boy, she's like the Energizer Bunny. She's going all the time.
Never gets tired.
No.
We have not seen her tire in this tournament.
No, we haven't.
And that's the thing, too, because there's not a lot of numbers for a lot of these teams. So the stamina and the amount of skating that has to go on through an entire game for all these girls, you have to be at the top of the peak of your condition, especially for Mitchell right now, Mitchell and Sioux Falls. You got to be in your peak of your condition because you're fighting for a state championship, and that's the difference between being first place or second place is not quite being at the peak of the condition.
Well, and usually by that 3rd day, maybe the shot that you'd normally take would get in the net. Now it might hit the crossbar or it might hit the post or whatever the case may be, even though it's the 3rd day because you're a little more tired, and things happen when you're tired a little bit more so than they do the first 2 days you're playing.
And the majority of these teams play 2 lines and a couple other girls.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
a lot of them don't have 3 full lines.
Yeah.
Not that they play consistently. Sioux Falls, Aberdeen, and Mitchell, they can play 3 lines pretty safely, but when you get to some of these other teams, it's 2 lines for the most part.
Well, then when you get to the boys tournament like next week, you'll in a lot of cases have 3, maybe even 4 lines.
Right.
It makes a huge difference.
Yep.
But you're right. When you're only playing 2 lines, those kids don't get a lot of break.
Nope. And that's the skating ability that we have. And there's a lot of girls that are going to be playing some college hockey next year, too, that we even more so than we had known about going into the state tournament. So there's plenty of college hockey players that will be on the ice again today for the final day here at the ODI Center. What a fun tournament this has been so far.
And I think that's really exciting to see all those kids that are going on to play hockey, and they're excited to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that really opens the door for a lot of girls that are coming up.
And there's a lot of young girls on these girls' varsity teams that are looking up, an 8th grader, a 7th grader, looking up to a senior right now. And while they get along really well, but that's a big age difference when you're 18 years old.
Yes.
And then you're trying to play with a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
That's a big age difference. That makes things a lot tougher to try and get that chemistry going, but those girls are seeing these seniors being able to go and play some college hockey. That makes them want to try even harder.
Well, and then, of course, you start talking when you look at a 5-year age difference or whatever, the maturation level as far as that's concerned, too. Yeah.
But I think what's happening in this league, the door has finally opened to these girls to go play college hockey. And it's not like it hasn't happened before, but you see it more. And like you said, we've learned more girls also now going this year. But when those 8th graders and 9th graders, they can see something else beyond their high school hockey if they want to continue.
If they want to, yeah. I think it's great.
And we have the Oahe Capitals and the Rushmore Thunder, the 5th place matchup coming up here in just a little bit. Scheduled for a 9 o'clock puck drop. Might be just a couple minutes early. But the Capitals, they lost 2-1 in day 1. Came back and won 5-3 against Sioux Center yesterday to get to this 5th place game. Rushmore, the 8th seed, lost 4-1 on Friday to Sioux Falls, then beat Watertown 4-1 yesterday to get to this spot as the 5th place game is our first of 3 today. We have Aberdeen and Brookings coming up at 11:30, and then the 2 o'clock championship game will be Mitchell and Sioux Falls. All 3 games should be pretty good here, guys.
I sure hope so, and we're looking forward to it. Actually, when you look at this consolation, you'll look at it and say, well, it's a consolation championship, maybe not a big deal, but both these teams really have played quite well their first 2 games.
Yeah, there's nobody. All these 6 teams that are left, there's not a team that's saying, boy, they really escaped to be in this spot. Aberdeen, they didn't escape over Oahe.
No.
They barely beat them. Oahe saying they escaped us. We nearly had them won. But Aberdeen's playing some pretty good hockey, too.
Yeah.
Mitchell might be playing the best hockey of all 8 teams that were here this tournament. but it doesn't mean anything to win a state championship those first 2 games. All it did was you just won those 2 games. Now you got to play well a third game to win the state championship.
And today is a new day.
Today is a
it's
new
a new day,
Yeah.
and we've seen it so many times with high school kids. You never know what you get.
Yeah.
You'd never know.
No. Well, and sometimes they can play great the first day, and then the second day they just barely get by, and you're going, well, maybe they're not that good, and then they come out in the championship and just, blow the field away.
Yeah.
So you just never know. That's right. But these 2 teams that are here for this consolation championship deserve to be here.
Absolutely. And we're going to have puck drop for you. We'll have the lineups. We'll have the national anthem and puck drop all coming up here after this commercial break. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock on a KSDR and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today.
Oahe Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Oahe Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Oahe Federal Credit Union.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The Ramkota in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ramkota is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ramkota has a full hot continental breakfast so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ramkota in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. As we welcome you back here and as we continue our pregame show, actually we're going to get things rolling here shortly because coming out of the locker rooms and coming into the ice will be both the Oahe Capitals and the Rushmore Thunder. The Capitals will be moving from right to left, the Rushmore Thunder from left to right. The Capitals have been on the same bench all 3 times. Tessa Singleton, the head coach for the Oahe Capitals, we were talking to her yesterday morning about it, and she goes, well, you talked to the player of the game, and everybody from yesterday was always on the bench that was below us that we would talk, the winning team, and always the girl that we would talk to. So she thought about maybe going over there to get some good karma, good juju going. They chose to be on the other side still, or maybe they didn't have a choice. They had to be on the other side, and they still got the win. So now they can't break it either. They can't change and be on this bench.
Superstitions.
Yeah, that's right.
Not superstitious, just a little stitious.
Yeah. Last year, Sioux Center and Watertown played for the Consolation Championship.
That's right.
Yeah.
I believe it was Watertown or Sioux Center got the win, Jeff.
And Sioux Center got the win 6-5. And Mitchell and Brookings met in the third place game, which Mitchell won 4-0. And the championship, of course, went to Aberdeen 5-2 over Sioux Falls.
All right. We'll send things over across the
I knew
way.
you couldn't live without that.
You're carrying that old sheet around.
I still, yes.
We'll get the starting lineups here. We are ready for hockey here today. You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt as well as KSDR Watertown. And you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Capitals are going to go from right to left. The Rushmore Thunder from left to right. Claire Larson will get the start. Isabella Long played the first 2 days, and it's now going to be Claire Larson will be in net. She is 0-3 with a 8.10 goals against average and a 748 save percentage. For the Hawaii Capitals, Abigail Stewart-Fromm, she's 1-1 in the tournament. She's got 5 wins now in the season, a 3.67 goals against average coming into the state tournament, and an 868 save percentage. She does have 1 shutout, technically 2 shutouts, although 1 doesn't get counted for the shutout because it ended up being a 0-0 tie. She didn't allow a single goal in that game, but she doesn't get credit for the shutout because they didn't win the game. So
really?
Yeah. So she's got 2 shutouts, but 1 was with that 0-0 tie. As these 2 teams split in the regular season, both teams won at home. The Capitals won the second game of the season against Rushmore. Then Rushmore up 5-0 against the Capitals. End up winning 5-4 in that game. Olivia Swenson and Kaya Olsen for the opening faceoff, and we are underway here in the final day of this girls varsity state tournament. Lucia Vitas for the Rushmore Thunder. A backhander to the net. It was broken up by the Capitals. That was from Ashton Lee that broke it up. And it's out of the zone by Olivia Swenson. Right back into the zone is Lucia Vitas. Vitas throws one to the net. That one went just wide of Stewart-Fromm and picked back up here by Swenson. And one of the 3 seniors for the Hawaii Capitals ends up turning it over to Vitas, who's been already the Energizer Bunny in this first 32 seconds. She threw one to the net. A save is made by Stewart-Fromm. And we get a whistle here with 16:28 to go in the first period.
No surprise that she's skating around them. She's done it the whole tournament.
I was going to say, she's had the puck. I think I've only said her name so far for the Rushmore Thunder. Here's a face-off that will be to the left of Stewart-Fromm. It'll be won by Evan Woods. Back to the blue line, but chipped out by the Capitals. Now it's picked up by Cami Larson. And Larson in with Gray. Larson trying to throw one to the net. That one went just wide. And back behind the cage, Addison Gray is there. She scored yesterday in her final state tournament for the Hawaii Capitals. She's pinned to the boards on the far side, picked up by the Rushmore Thunder as it comes out to the blue line. It's kicked along by Lee as she holds the zone. Lee will chip it along and around the boards to the back of the net again. Able to block down a clearing attempt. It'll come to the near side now where Lee will try and get over to it. Stepping up was Kirsten Miller, who ends up going past her all the way down, and it will be an icing with 15:47 to go here in the first period. Kirsten Miller scored the lone goal for the Capitals in day one, and then the Capitals got 5 goals on the day yesterday. Rushmore had just 1 goal from Vitas on Friday, and then scored 4 goals yesterday, 2 by Kaylin Cover. There's a face-off win by the Rushmore Thunder, but it's picked up by the Capitals and Sarah Byrne. Byrne throws it through the slot, misses. Micah Buffalo over there. She'll keep it in the zone, try to throw it back to the front of the net. Blocked up by the Rushmore Thunder, but held in again for the Capitals. Micah Buffalo over for Sarah Byrne. And then it will be played again for Olivia Swenson. And Swenson on the back end, plays it back over for Miller. Throws it to the net off the glove of Larson, and she's able to cover for a whistle with a very limited rebound. 15-17 to go here in the first period. Leave 1 shot apiece. They haven't put the shot up quite yet for the Capitals. And it'll be a face-off to the left of Claire Larson. And Olivia Swenson will take it again. And the face-off is won by Swenson, but she clears the zone on the face-off win. Ashley Lee has to race after it. She'll win the race to it because Paige Zimiga was trailing right behind her. Olsen hadn't lost it off of her stick. Lee picks it back up. She'll find the handle to it, slow things down. Pass right in the middle of the ice for Sarah Byrne. And Byrne will move in the offensive end. Good stick by the Rushmore Thunder. Buffalo plays it across, and then it's back picked up by the Thunder and Lily Hoffman. That pass over for Vitas off of her stick. It'll go down, and it does go the length, but not enough for an icing. Pass to the slot is picked up by the Capitals, and out of the zone now Swenson. And Olivia Swenson moving in with Buffalo. Swenson on the back end will go around the net. Will circle around to the forehand. Pass comes out to the blue line. Lee dusts it off. Trying to throw it to the net. Went wide. And it'll be played back here to the blue line where it comes out of the zone. And it'll be picked up here by Emily Nemec. Looked like she wasn't going to go for the puck for a moment, but she was able to pass it over for Lee. Buffalo fans on a pass attempt, but then we'll stick it along for Byrne. One-on-one to the zone. Sarah Byrne to the face-off dot. Will swing around the defenseman. Pass in front, and just missing it was Kafka on a one-time chance. Fanned on it. Well, that was a good pass there from Byrne. Addison Gray will keep it in the neutral zone. Up ahead for Kafka. 2 goals yesterday for Bradley Kafka. Comes all the way on net. Larson will cover for a whistle. And we get one at 13:46 left here in the first period. Still looking for her first goal of the game, 1-1 in shots.
Well, Kafka had 14 goals during the regular season, and she is an 8th grader. Won't she be fun to watch for the next several years?
She is going to be a big part of this Hawaii Capitals team for still the next 4 years. As it's played by Lee. Lee, a senior in her last game for the Capitals. It's loose in front. Kafka tried to back it in. She does score! The second chance for Kafka, and she's got her 3rd of the tournament. And the Capitals lead 1-0 with 13:36 to go in the first period.
Claire Larson had the first one stopped with a real nice pad save. And the rebound goal.
Second effort by Bradley Kafka. Her 3rd of the tournament. And it's a 1-0 Hawaii Capitals lead here with 13:36 to go in the first period. As it is a face-off control by the Rushmore Thunder. And in is going to be Kaylin Cover. Much better start for the Capitals in this game than they did against the Rushmore Thunder in Rapid City back in mid-January, where they found themselves down 5-0 before they made that near ultimate comeback of a 5-goal deficit. Lost 5-4, but here they lead at 1-0. Here is Bradley Kafka. She lost the puck over on the far side in the corner in her own end. Played along. It'll be a hand pass called against the Rushmore Thunder. And the referee picks up a loose stick, and you can pick up sticks at hockey headquarters.
Yes.
That's where we're going to be. Well, we won't be at. Well, I guess we could go to hockey headquarters.
I think we need to go to hockey headquarters next week.
Yeah, we'll be in Sioux Falls, but we may not be at hockey headquarters in Sioux Falls, or at least we won't be for the game during the games.
We won't be far away.
I think we need a tour.
We might. We need to. we might have to get a tour of hockey headquarters. As it'll be played here on the near side, they might be able to give us some pucks or something. The old puck breath.
Well, the thing is, If they don't have it, you don't need it.
That's right. Here's Lucia Vitas as she moves in. Lucia Vitas in with a shot and a save by Stuart Fromm. A good look from Vitas and a good save from Stuart Fromm as we get a whistle with 12:32 to go in the first period. If we don't have it, you don't need it.
That's right.
That's a good phrase there.
Hockey headquarters, where you buy from hockey people. Everybody that works there plays hockey.
That's a better phrase. Here is behind the net, Ashley Lee will play it around to the far side. Katie Reese will chip it out of the zone. Sarah Byrne will race after it. And Byrne couldn't get to the puck in time. It was played back in the neutral zone. Alyssa Stahl, she got hurt at the end of the game yesterday, but she is back in the lineup and back playing for the Capitals here today, so good to see that she is okay. Sarah Byrne, at this point of the year, if you're not dinged up at all, you probably haven't
You're
been,
lucky.
Well, you're lucky or you haven't been playing.
Yeah.
As this will be a bouncing puck. Katie Reese picked up the puck, and it'll be played. Even with no checking, you're still probably dinged up throughout this at some point in the year. Ashley Lee will pick off a pass, and she moves in for the faceoff. That'll hit the post with the shot.
Yeah, that was a clanger.
That rang off the pipe. Might be an alarm for some people to wake up. Early on here at 9:08 in the morning. Now it's a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Woods is in. Woods, the pass goes over across. Looking for a shot, and it goes in the glove of Stuart Fromm as that one came from Samantha Woolsey. And we get a whistle with 11:30 to go here in the first period.
Though it was a 2-on-1 odd man rush, if I can put it that way, Stuart Fromm had plenty of time to get set up and get ready.
And the one defender back, and I missed the number on who it was, but they did a great job of just choosing. It was Alyssa Stahl. She chose Evan Woods and let Stuart Fromm go one-on-one with the puck handler in Woolsey. That's the hard part when you're back defensively, is trying to figure out how to take it as the Caps move it in. And it'll be played right back out. Here's Vitas going to pick up some speed. Trying to go around Nemec, she does. Trying to throw one to the net, but it was broken away by Cammie Larson. Larson behind her own net. Lost the puck. Olsen picks it up. Pass comes in front. A shot and a save by Stuart Fromm. A one-timer from Vitas. Swung away by the Capitals. Rolling on its edge. It will go down for an icing. And Abigail Stewart Fromm has made some really good saves here early on for the Oahe Capitals to keep things a 1-0 lead for the Caps.
Well, they've been outshot 4-2 at this point. But you like your goaltender to get busy early.
And she has the nicest looking helmet in the tournament. Did you see it? Like fluorescent green in the front.
She does.
Nice.
Yeah. I love the goalies that deck out their goalie mask.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only part of any hockey that you really get to decorate a lot of and make it your own.
Well, then you have Pond Club down here, and she has one of those kind of green fluorescent sticks. You don't have to see a number. When she's out there, you can look at the stick and know who's who.
As Micah Buffalo will pick it up at the blue line. That shot just past Pond Club, and it'll be around and it went just wide of Larson, who's actually in net, not Pond Club. It'll be played over for Larson, or excuse me, for Byrne. And Sarah Byrne put it just wide of Larson. And it's still loose here just below us on the near side. Battle for Swenson had it and gave it up for Lee. And now Lee will swing all the way around. Her shot, that one whistled past Larson. She might have got a piece of it, but boy.
She put some mustard behind it, doesn't she?
I was going to say, you talk about maybe shots that don't have enough on it anymore. I don't think Ashley Lee's got that problem right now. She's still got a lot of energy to go. Lee will turn back in her own blue line. And Ashley Lee, a pass goes across over for Miller. And then a pass is intercepted by Woods, knocked down, but Miller is able to swing it out of the zone, where Byrne will pick it up in the neutral zone, gains the red line, and will dump it in and go off for a change. Micah Buffalo racing after it. She's going to win the race to it over Zigama. And then out to the blue line, where Miller holds it another time. Larson will turn with it. Larson, a pass or a shot that was broken up, and it's played back down, and it will go out the other way for Woods. Over for Vitas. I don't know if she's left the ice at all today. Vitas going to get the shot as it was broken up by Larson. And then Emily Nemec will pick it up, and around it goes to the far side, where Buffalo at the boards had a trouble finding the handle to it, but was able to poke it along and out of the zone. Picked up here in the neutral zone by the Rushmore Thunder. That is Kaylin Cover, the senior for the Rushmore Thunder, the only senior on this team. And Cover will turn Forehand pass goes over. One time feinting on it was Zimiga. And now it's picked up by Kafka as she races in the offensive end. Kafka's got one goal already. Throws to the net. Save has made the rebounds loose, and Buffalo just couldn't quite get to it. That was Addison Gray that just couldn't quite get to it. And it's out for Vitas. Vitas is in. Her shot. She scores. Vitas rips it off the pipe and in. And Lucia Vitas, her second of the tournament, ties at 1-1 with 8:23 to go here in the first period.
It's the Energizer Bunny, we call her. She's been on the ice, I think, the entire period. And she took that one coast to coast.
So will be a 1-1 score. And Vitas went around three different Capital defenders to get into the zone and shot it to the blocker side, the far side of the goal from Stuart Fromm. Now here's Ashley Lee, picks it right back up, and Lee will move in. Lee gets to the front of that. That shot, she scores! And Ashley Lee makes it 2-1. 8:16 to go. 7 seconds later, the Caps are right back on top. Olivia Swenson will probably get the assist on the face-off win because that's how quick that goal scored.
Ashton Lee right off the face-off. There was no doubt where she was heading with that one.
So it's now a 2-1 lead for the Capitals.
Now she's a senior. We talk about other kids going on to play college hockey. What's she going to do?
She's going to Jamestown.
Oh, okay.
She's the first official signee of University of Jamestown. And
starting a brand new program there.
That's right, their first year, and Ashley Lee is one of three from the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association that will be at the University of Jamestown. This will be played for Olivia Swenson as she moves in. Her backhander through the blue paint. And it's played over Ashley Lee. Back in the neutral zone. Up ahead for Swenson. Here it comes in for Vitas. For Olsen. Olsen moving in, trying to tie the game back up. We had 2 goals in 7 seconds. One for the Rushmore Thunder and the other for the Hawaii Capitals. So we sit at 2-1 right now. As it comes back out of the neutral zone, it's picked up by Zimiga. And Paige Zimiga moves in to the offensive end, and we get a whistle, and a trip is called, and we'll have our first penalty of the game against the Hawaii Capitals. And it will be Micah Buffalo that will get called for the trip. So a 7:29 to go here in the first period. A 2-minute trip against the Capitals, and we have our first Pelican Power Sports power play of day number 3. Every power play goal, $15 will be donated to Feeding South Dakota, courtesy of Pelican Power Sports. That one was near the net off the face-off win by the Rushmore Thunder, but then cleared all the way down by Ashton Lee. Played by Claire Larson. Little pink tape on the bottom of the goal stick. Isabella Long played the first 2 days. Got the win against the Watertown Lakers yesterday, 4-1. But it is Claire Larson in the back of the net here today. Lily Hoffman will pick it up. Passes it up on the far side. Played by Cammie Larson at the blue line. It does come out for a moment, but Bradley Kafka's right there. She's starting thinking about shorthanded goals. And it will be now Vitas. That pass over for cover. And cover is in, but Emily Nemec, after falling down, gets right back up and was able to poke check that one away and get it out of the zone. Here's played over again. Here is now cover. And Kaylin Cover back again on the far side at the faceoff dot. Cover gets the puck another time. Pass goes over. That was Mallory Chisholm over on the far side. But it will be Hoffman that will start to move into the high slot. Throws it to the net. And its loose puck comes out, but not out of the zone. Held in. There's a shot that's broken up. It was blocked down before it got to the net. That one came from Kyle Olsen. And from the near side, puck won't come out quite yet again for the Capitals. Still 28 seconds left to go on the power play. And it'll finally eventually, nope, it won't come out. Kafka had it but lost off her stick. Good play from Larson to take it away from Chisholm. And now it'll be Kafka that will swing around the net from behind the cage, but can't get it out of the puck, out of the zone another time. Down to 10 seconds to go on the power play. Capitals are hemmed into their own zone. Rushmore Thunder trying to find one good shot here in the last 4 seconds, but finally picked up again by the Capitals. And Ashley Lee will pass off the boards to herself, and coming out of the penalty box was Buffalo. And then Lee will gain the red line and throw it in and go off for a change. Buffalo racing after it. Picked up by Swenson here on the near side. Hoffman and Gallup all there. There's a loose stick. Someone lost their stick. That's Hoffman. She's got to pick it up before she goes to the hockey headquarters.
Hoffman and hockey headquarters.
As it goes back in the neutral
Triple
zone.
H.
That's Triple H. Talking WWE right now. Here's Sarah Bird over for Micah Buffalo. She puts it in the zone. And then it'll be cleared all the way down. Will be an icing. They got the hand up. And it will be an icing with 4:49 left to go here in the first period.
But the Triple H we know has been.
You call Triple H a has-been?
He's a has-been.
He might come up here and give you a pedigree.
He's a has-been.
we got Jeff talking about Triple H. He's talking crap on Triple H right now.
Yeah.
If Triple H is listening somewhere in Connecticut, he's probably not too happy.
I wouldn't care.
Because he's in Connecticut.
He's in Connecticut. There's another icing for Rushmore. 4:45.
Back to hockey.
They're gonna keep the clock running here a little bit. Down to 4:39 where they finally stop it. I don't know if they'll put any time back on. Yeah, we better get back to hockey before Jeff starts calling out all the WWE guys. And
he's not afraid of any of them.
Yeah, no. He'll look like Ric Flair after a while. Bloody
Another
mess.
has been.
Here's a.
And he's about my age.
Well, here's Sarah Bird. We'll leave that one be. As it goes to the neutral zone, Ashley will pick it back up. She'll skate into the neutral zone again from her own end. And then from the blue line, she tried to dump it in, goes off the linesman, and will dump it in a second time. It'll be played over the far side. Bouncing puck just over the stick of Alyssa Stahl. Vetus will race after it. 2-on-1 coming in with cover. Making a 3-on-1 in. There's a shot from Vetus and is blocker down by Stuart Fromm. Up ahead comes Swenson. Pass over for Bird off of her skates. Picked up by Chisholm of the Rushmore Thunder. Over for Woods. She'll dump it into the zone off the boards, but picked up by Kafka, where she'll swing around behind her own net and then play it up the zone and out to the neutral zone, where it's picked up at center ice by Sarah Byrne. 3-on-2 moving into the Capitals. Back over for Kafka. She joins the play. That shot and a glove save by Larson.
And Kafka wants that one back.
Yeah, she'd like that one back.
She slammed the stick down in frustration, knowing that she had that open look, but couldn't get the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah. A lot of times as a player, you come down on a goalie like that, and you see the opening, and you just can't hit it.
There's 3:35 left to go here in the first period. 7-6 in shots in favor of the Capitals. 2-1 score for the Caps. Kafka and Lee, the two goal scorers. Vetus, the goal scorer for the Rushmore Thunder. That one was a shot that got nearly all the way through. As redirected wide from Bradley Kafka. And Kafka will pick it back up here on the near side. Bortz. As she gets around, Kafka pass to the slot. Gray had the stick tangled up, so she didn't have the stick on the ice. And it'll be played back away for Mallory Chisholm. It's a red-green reference. Keep your stick on the ice. For a lot of kids, they have no idea who red-green is.
Is he a has-been?
Duct tape fixes everything, according to Red Green.
That's right.
Here is it is Emily Nemec that gets it out of the zone. Picked up by Kafka. She's in with Gray. There's a shot that was off the stick of Pong Club, off of her bright green stick, and then iced by the Rushmore Thunder with 2:35 left to go here in the first period. Since we're making a bunch of TV references, I thought I'd throw red-green in there. I will say that there's a good fans of the Oahe Capitals over there behind the Rushmore goal right now, and Ashley Lee was able to celebrate with them after the goal was scored just a little bit ago. They got some hats on. They look like they're also dressed for St. Patrick's Day.
They're serious.
Looks like maybe brothers and sisters, probably.
Yeah, some younger brothers and sisters. They are excited to be. They're probably excited to be home at some point too later on today, but they're excited to be watching this game right up at the glass. Here's Ashton Lee. 2:15 left to go here in the first period. Here's Evan Woods moving in after the turnover. Good stick from Alyssa Stahl. Able to take it away, but then turns it over to cover. They were trying to escape the zone. Kept it in at the blue line to the near side corner. And then out of the zone, it goes for Swenson. She's got a partial break. Along with it is Brenna Ullman. Swenson on the backhand. Pass goes over for Ullman, a one-timer, and it goes just wide to the glove side of Larson. Good pass from Swenson. Good look from Ullman. Just didn't go.
She'd like that one back, too.
And Brenna Ullman with just 2 goals in the season, looking for that third one. That one is down. There is no icing. 1:35 left to go here in the first period. Caps still lead it 2-1. Brenna Ullman over there. Picks up the puck from Sarah Byrne now. Byrne with a shot. That one's blocked up by Pawn Club. Here is a turn from Emily Nemec. Came out of the zone. So the Caps on a delayed offside, but Woods picked it up anyway. Carries it in and dumps it in. And she'll go off for a change here with 1:13 to go in the first period. Up to the far side for Ullman. She'll play it right back around. But Hingala was the only one there for the Rushmore Thunder. And then she'll try and play it back around the net. Mallory Chisholm had it, lost it, and picked up from now Bradley Kafka. Kafka starting to move it in, but it's going the other way now for the Rushmore Thunder. Olsen turning and moving into the neutral zone, and the puck was tipped out of play. And we will get a face-off at center ice with 46.9 to go here at the towards the end of the first period. And those Capital fans, they're saying, it's about time for maybe to get some breakfast to the concession stand. They've left their spot over there.
Yeah, they have.
As it'll be cover that will bring it in with 40 seconds left to go here in the first period. Out to the blue line, but held in is Ashley Lee back. She'll wait, dusts it off, and plays it around the far side. Poked out by Addison Gray, now picked up by Kafka. 2-on-2 with Addison Gray moving in with Kafka. Over, Larson joins the rush with 20 seconds to go, but it's cleared away by the Rushmore Thunder. There is no icing, so now there's 15 seconds left to go. And Stuart Fromm will leave it into the corner with 10 seconds left here in the period. Caps trying to get it out of their own end. They do. Now they get a rush with 6 seconds left. Larson and Gray. Larson trying to throw it to the net, was off of a stick, and then back to the far side boards, and it will end the period as that puck goes out of play. Swinging it out of play right at the end of the first period. 8-6 in shots. Not a whole lot of shots in that first period. And we had 2 goals of our 3 scored 7 seconds apart. Riley Kafka and the National League got a goal that made it 2-1. Lucia Vita scored with 8:23 left, and with 8:16 left, it was Ashley Lee that scored to make it a 2-1 game for the Capitals at the end of the first period. Good first period overall in this 5th place championship game. As we'll step aside and we'll have our first intermission report brought to you by the University of Jamestown coming up here after this. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock on KSDR and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Oahe Federal Credit Union.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096. Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre. The Fieldhouse in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Fieldhouse with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Fieldhouse, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here and into our first intermission report, brought to you by the University of Jamestown, where your success is our tradition. The Hawaii Capitals lead it 2-1 over the Rushmore Thunder. John Wickler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd. A good first period between these two teams.
Good energy. Both teams had some great chances. I think they both played quite well. In fact, I thought better than normal for a consolation championship at this time of day. And making it your third game in 3 days, I thought the kids played quite well.
Yeah, because the Capitals played at 10 o'clock on Friday. They played 11 o'clock yesterday, and now playing at 9 o'clock on Sunday. So it's a little bit earlier, so you're also thinking, okay, well, maybe it's you might have both teams come out a little flat, but that wasn't the case. Both teams came out with that energy.
Yeah, very entertaining first period.
And Oahe's used to it. They're the early bird for this tournament.
Yeah, we've started every broadcast of our state tournament days with the Hawaii Capitals playing Aberdeen. Then they played Sioux Center. Now they're playing Rushmore. They got to play the 3, 7, and 8 seed to open up every day. So the Capitals right now looking for going in that second period. I think both teams are going to look for a little bit more offense. They didn't have bad offense, but there just wasn't a whole lot of shots on goal in that first period, 8-6 in favor of the Capitals.
But there were some chances they just couldn't quite take advantage of.
And Lucia Vitas, it was actually Bradley Kafka got the first goal of the game with 13:36 left to go. And then it was Lucia Vitas that got the second goal of the game that tied it 1-1. But it wasn't tied for very long because Ashley Lee, right off the face-off win from Olivia Swenson, took it straight down the ice and ended up scoring to make it a 2-1 game 7 seconds later. And that is where we sit here at the end of that first period. Lee's got 2 points right now. She assisted on Bradley Kafka's goal. That made it 1-0. So Lee's got 2 points, and it's fun for us too because we get a chance to talk to the players of the game. And we after the first period, sometimes you start looking at who's got that. Got the lead right now to be the player of the game. Well, I think Ashley Lee's got the lead right now with a goal and an assist for the Hawaii Capitals. But there's still 2 periods left to go before we get to that point of talking to our player of the game.
Yeah, a lot can happen. And our player of the game is we give them a puck from South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association, and we get to talk to one player of the game after every game. It's been real nice to talk to a lot of these players and kind of get their take on the game and take on the weekend and a little bit about their season.
That's right, and they've been a lot of fun to talk to.
Yeah, we haven't talked. Yeah. We haven't even had the chance of saying, well, even though this person did really good the first game or did really good the second game, she was the player of the game the first time they played, so we're going to give it to somebody else. We even had that discussion because we've had in the 8 games, we've had each person has deserved to be the player of the game, and not saying that they wouldn't anyway, but there's been nobody that's got more points and more goals than what we've chosen in those 8 games.
We haven't given the puck yet to a goaltender, have we?
But there's still – well, there's 1 game here, but there's still 2 games left to go, and you never know what might if there's going to be a goalie or not that will be the player of the game.
And sometimes it's not too hard to select the player of the game because we're calling the game, and we have the heartbeat of what's going on in the game, and the player of the game is a lot of times the one that made the game happen.
Yeah, and there's been some really good games so far. We're in our 9th game of 11 of this weekend, and it's hard to believe that we're already on game number 9 of 11. But we are closing in on our final day. We are on our final day, but closing our final games of the girls' state tournament. But that doesn't mean that we're done for the rest of the year because next weekend we're back in Sioux Falls for the boys' state tournament where we were last year and get the chance to do all 11 games again on Capital City Rock, on KSTR. It'll be on at KKQQ at Brookings, but also to be able to watch on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports again. So,
yeah, I think we should broadcast live from hockey headquarters.
I'm not sure if that will work out so well.
Let's get longer cords.
Yeah. Longer cords, and that video camera is going to be really, really good to us.
But hockey headquarters, if you're familiar with that, they're located right in that complex, right where the Iceplex is. In fact, when you go to the Iceplex, you probably drive right past it. You can't miss the building.
So
it has 2 sticks and a couple big pucks on it. So if you're in Sioux
that
Falls,
should be the obvious.
Yeah. So if you're in Sioux Falls next weekend, it's not very hard to get there.
And of course, we've been, there are loose equipment sponsor or broken equipment. We've had one broken stick so far.
Yep.
So if it's not a senior that's not going to go play hockey, they don't necessarily need to replace it. But if it's anybody else, hockey headquarters is a place to go to replace it. Or you might want to go get that stick replaced so you can, if you get a chance to go play some hockey recreationally, you have your stick. You got to go find that at somewhere.
Well, and you raise a good point though, because a lot of these kids that play hockey, once their season is over, their career's over, they do like to come back and play some pickup games, or maybe over the holidays. Get a lot of kids that'll come back. A lot of these kids, once you put hockey in their blood, they really don't get it out.
No, and there's actually a small men's league tournament that the coaches for the Oahe Capital boys programs actually, I believe they're the ones hosting, and I'm not really sure exactly how that goes, but I will not be participating in that tournament because I don't know how to skate, and I would get destroyed easily by all those former players that will be coming back and playing. But it is, it is a lot of fun to go back and play some hockey again and have a little bit of competitive. Because after what really stinks, if you don't go play college hockey, the competitive nature of hockey, it goes very far down. When you're playing high school hockey, it's as competitive as it gets. But then when you start playing some men's league or maybe some women's league or whatever kind of tournament, it's not the same feeling. It's not that same competitive.
There's brief moments.
Yeah, you get
of greatness.
Right
in those leagues.
You get the competitive nature, but it's not the same as it is in high school hockey, and that's why you love to see these girls here and then the boys next week and really soak in some of their last moments of playing high school hockey.
Well, and some of these kids will play 8, 9, 10 years of hockey or maybe more, and if you don't go out and play college hockey or whatever the case, it's kind of hard to give, after you put that many hours into something, just walk away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the girls that are going on and boys that are going on to play college hockey, they have to go another step yet. So they've played all their career, but their best hockey is yet to come, and that's kind of a neat thing.
Well, we hope so anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a 2-1 lead here for the Oahe Capitals over the Rushmore Thunder at the end of the first period. Of Bradley Kafka, Ashley Lee with both goals for the Capitals. Lucia Vitas with the goal for the Rushmore Thunder. We will step aside and we'll have the second period coming for you next. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock on KSTR and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Oahe Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Oahe Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Oahe Federal Credit Union.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Oahe Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Sanders has been servicing the Pier area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux and Pier or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today. The Ram Coda in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ram Coda is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ram Coda has a full hot continental breakfast, so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ram Coda in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. As we welcome you back here into our second period as the Hawaii Capitals and the Rushmore Thunder, it is a 2-1 game between the Capitals and the Thunder. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson, as it'll be the Capitals moving from left to right and the Rushmore Thunder from right to left as we head into our second period. Jeff Anderson will join us in just a moment. I'm not sure what he's doing right now, but
taking a break.
Taking a break.
Taking a break after this many games. Sometimes you need a break.
Need a little bit of a break. But we will have, again, our player of the game coming up here at the end of this contest, although we're just in the second period. We'll talk with our player of the game. And for both these teams, their season comes to an end after this game concludes. It'll be the way for all 3 games here today, but for these teams, they're fighting for a consolation championship to open up this day 3 of the tournament. As the face-off will be from Olivia Swenson and, I believe, Olsen. And it's fun to see, Sarah Bird and Kai Olsen just kind of bumped into each other.
Yep.
But it's fun to see these girls. They all know each other. Social media. I was almost part of a TikTok video yesterday with the Sioux Falls Flyer girls that were in the hallway doing a TikTok video. I had to stop and wait for them to get done. There's a penalty that comes up right away. A hook is called against Byrne, and she might have hooked Olsen. I think she hooked Vetus, but
she kind of looked back at the ref like, really? You saw that?
So 16:51 to go in the second period. 9 seconds in, and a Pelican Power Sports power play upcoming here for the Rushmore Thunder. Their second one of the day. Faceoff is controlled by the Hawaii Capitals. Tried a clearing attempt from Ashton Lee, was knocked down by the linesman, and then a shot came through that Abigail Stewart-Fromm made the save, and it'll be back the other way, but a good stick from the Rushmore Thunder. Addison Gray, though, will push it farther along and farther deep in the Rushmore zone. As there's a pass that will come out and picked up by Cover. Swenson was able to cancel her away from the puck. Nemec will clear the zone just past Pong Club. And it's now here for Lily Hoffman that will pass it in to the offensive zone. Lee will pick it up, pull it closer to her, and swing it all the way down the ice. Olivia Swenson coming in, looking for an opportunity for a shorthanded goal. Was missed by the Rushmore Thunder. There's a shot by Swenson that was blocked up by Hoffman. I think Swenson thought the puck was going to be picked up by the Rushmore Thunder, where they were going to end up, she was going to try and cut her off coming out of the zone. But instead, it will come out the other way. That one will go off the glass. That one had a chance to maybe almost come up here.
Yeah.
And if that would have been just a little bit higher and a little bit farther up the ice, we could have caught a puck up here. So it goes all the way down. The Capitals cleared again. 38 seconds left to go on the power play. Do you think we're going to get a puck up here, guys?
No.
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 Jeff doesn't, he's very negative. He's pessimistic about that.
I think there's a chance.
I think we got a shot. Down to 25 seconds of the power play. Emily Nemec over on the far side boards. It's played up to the far side again, where Kafka will clear the zone one more time. That might have been one of our best chances right there, even though he didn't even go out of play.
I think you have a better chance of winning the lottery.
Oh, I wouldn't say that one. Here is down to 8 seconds left to go here in the power play. One final chance moving in as the power play concludes. Emily Nemec takes the puck away. Berg comes out of the penalty box just off the stick of Larson, where it will be picked up by Hoffman, but she never got her stick to it. She was trying to keep Larson away from the puck, where she didn't even pick up the puck. Now here's Sarah Byrne moving in one-on-one. Moves around to the back end, turns the forehand, a shot, and Larson makes the save near the goalpost. And we get a whistle with 14:33 to go here in the second period. Faceoff will be to the left of Larson. If we get a puck up here,
we're going to give it to Jeff.
We're going to give it to Jeff.
Give it
Actually,
to
no,
right.
Jeff doesn't get the puck because we're going to cut it in half, and Jim gets one half, and I get the other half.
I'm going to autograph it.
Here is the Rushmore Thunder as they start to move it in the neutral zone. Picked up Micah Buffalo, trying to race after to get a partial breakaway, but Larson came in, was able to cover up for a whistle, and then Larson and Buffalo ran into Larson.
Pretty good collision there.
Yeah.
Larson was coming out after the puck and kind of took one right to the helmet.
And Buffalo just trying to give everything she had to go get to that puck, and can't really blame her. It's been a partial breakaway. Here's a face-off that will be controlled by the corner and out to the blue line where it's the White Capitals that have it. Miller trying to put one to the net, and it was blocked up. Nemec holds the zone for a moment, pushed back out to the neutral zone where Nemec has it again. Goes off for a stick back into the Rushmore end, where there's cleared again. Vitas with a pass over, but it's intercepted by Nemec. At the neutral ice, right at center ice. Sarah Byrne trying to dump it in. Was blocked down by cover. Excuse me, by Zimiga. I got to stutter through Zimiga every single time I say her name.
You're right on the money.
Here is a cover that is in for the Rushmore Thunder. Trying to be tied up by Nemec. It'll be played around. Vitas, the backhander, sticked away by Stuart Fromm. And it's played here on the near side where Buffalo will turn. Right on the stick, the tape of Olivia Swenson. And Swenson throws it in. Right pad save made by Larson. Thrown back by Byrne. Another right pad save by Larson. Back-to-back saves there by the goaltender for the Rushmore Thunder. Here comes the Rushmore Thunder back in the neutral zone. That pass went right between the legs of Kafka, who had bent down to try and block it up. But as she was getting to the ice and coming back up, the puck went right between the legs. Here's now Lee that will pick it back up. Lee will play it around. Olsen slow to get up for the Rushmore Thunder. Kafka picks it up, runs into Gray. And now we have a bunch of players fall into the ice. There's a shot from Chisholm that is save made by Stuart Fromm. And then Miller plays it back up for Kafka. And the Capitals, with Kafka trying to move in, she gets taken down, tangled up, and she goes over the top of the defenseman. That was Samantha Woolsey. And then a couple more players get tangled up as the Rushmore Thunder will eventually ice it with 12:20 to go here in the second period.
Half the players on the ice were laying
Yeah. and they're all
ice.
just tangled up too. They couldn't figure out how to get back up because they're all intertwined. And Kafka was trying to move around, and then she got caught up in the skates of Woolsey and had to go over the top of her to get untangled. So as it comes around, there's just there's a lot of bodies laying on the ice right now. 12:14 left to go in the second period. This will come out of the zone. Lee will chase it down, and Ashley Lee will turn, move into the neutral zone, and she's got a lot of speed. Ashley Lee moving in with a high shot that goes just over the top of Larson. She didn't even move, didn't see that puck come to her. As it'll come back on the middle of the ice and played over. Here the near side is in the offensive zone. And Gala falls to the ice as it'll be played by Byrne. Back to the near side where Katie Reese tries to fish it out of the zone. Plays it up ahead for Byrne, but just getting to it in time. That was Lily Hoffman. If Hoffman doesn't get to that puck, Byrne's on a breakaway. Back over Lee, off the boards. Good pass for Swenson. Try to angle it over for Byrne, but Swenson will pick it right back up. And she will turn on the forehand on the far side, but it's picked up by the Rushmore Thunder. And now the Thunder escape into the neutral zone, 2-on-2 in the offensive end. Cover, swings wide. There's a good stick from Ashley Lee to block up the puck. And we get a whistle with 11:08 to go here in the second period. I think those Capital fans that were once over back behind the Rushmore goal, I think they're over there now. I think I see them over there. It's harder to see with the sunlight coming in from the day. But it's not the same fans that were once over there, not the same brothers and sisters over there.
You might be at the concession stand yet.
That could be. They got to get their breakfast and partial lunch. Here's a shot from Venus on net and a save by Stuart Fromm, and she's able to dive on top of it, get a whistle with 10:53 left to go here in period number 2. A face-off that will be coming to the right of Stuart Fromm. The face-off is won by the Capitals. Larson got chopped down and was able to throw it down the ice and with the distance for an icing, but they did not call an icing. Out to Cover. Good stick there by Cover to play it out of the zone. And it'll come here to the near side where Miller. I think Kirsten Miller will play it up and out. For me, that covered the White Capitals all year. Seeing Kirsten Miller and Emily Nemec, they were good hockey players throughout this entire season, but something about this state tournament, they've played some really good hockey on defense for the Hawaii Capitals. Not that they didn't during the regular season, but they've played even better here in the postseason.
They stepped up their game, didn't they?
I was just saying, I've been very impressed with both of those girls here in this postseason. Around it goes for Emily Nemec. Now I hope I just don't make an announcer's curse and they end up turning the puck over in a bad spot somewhere. Comes out to the neutral zone. Played back here for Miller. Of course, she had that goal against the Aberdeen Cougars on Friday, the only goal of the game for the Capitals. And that 2-1 loss comes all the way down to Claire Larson, where she plays it along with 9:40 left to go here in the second period. Back for Miller. Pass over for Swenson. Right back to Miller. She'll play it up into the neutral zone. And it's taken by Brenna Ullman. And it'll go around. It goes on the far side. It came from the near side, actually, and it's out of the zone by the Rushmore Thunder. And here is Rushmore. There's a good stick there from Nemec. Lee, pass goes up. Swenson takes it. Now they can go 2-on-1. Swenson is in 2-on-1 with Ullman. Swenson gets around with a shot, and it's the right pad save and a rebound chance and another save by Larson. And we get a whistle with 9:08 left to go here in the second period. Good job coming back in was Sarah Byrne that got the second opportunity, but Claire Larson shut the door on both of them.
Claire has played really quite well today.
That's 16 saves on 18 shots right now. The face-off will be to the right of Claire Larson. With 9:05 left to go here in the second period. Byrne with a shot, an easy pad save made by Larson. Pass comes out to the blue line. Lee will pick it up. She'll swing sides and trade sides with Alyssa Stahl. Now Lee will go back behind the net. And Lee a pass. That's intercepted into the slot. But then Lee with another good stick to keep it in the far side corner. Out towards the blue line. Pitching in was Byrne to hold the zone. And Byrne trying to play it back around the boards. But the Rushmore Thunder will escape into the neutral zone. Lee cut off that pass attempt. She will dump it back in. The Capitals have to tag back up. They do here on the near side boards, and a pass goes rink wide and out of the zone. Alyssa Stahl over there for the Capitals. Takes it away from Hoffman. It's going to be from Cover. And now Stahl, who scored yesterday as well, moving in for the defensive position. She's looking to step up offensively a little bit more. There's a shot from Ullman that's knocked down in front by Zimiga. Said it right the first time. It's out to the blue line where it was still held in by the Capitals and eventually iced now by the Rushmore Thunder with 7:58 to go here in the second period. Paige Zimiga. I can say it right now, but I kept calling her Zimiga.
You're right on the money.
I was going to say, she's got too many Z's every time I say it. Too many ZIMs.
That is a tough one. For some reason, that one just does not roll off the tongue like it should.
Face-off will be to the left of Claire Larson. And it will be won by the Capitals. Pass goes over to the slot just off the stick of Gray. Hoffman will get over to it. but picked up by Kafka. Good spin by Kafka. She tried to get a shot away, but a good stick from Hoffman to keep it away from that shot attempt by Kafka. Larson. It is picked up by Chisholm. And then offside is called against the Rushmore Thunder. Very few offsides in this game. Might be the first one that we've had. 7:33 to go here in the second period. 18-10 in shots in favor of the Oahe Capitals. They lead at 10-4 in shots in this second period, and they lead the game 2-1 in goals. But all 3 goals came in the first period. 2 of the 3 came 7 seconds apart. That one's chipped by Kafka. Nearly had an opportunity for a break. Hoffman picks it up for the Rushmore Thunder. Off the boards, good pass for Woods. And now Woods in the corner. Had it taken away by Emily Nemec. Around it goes for Gray. But played first by the Rushmore Thunder. That pass comes to the slot. Kafka played it back behind the net to keep it away from danger now the slot. And she's able to pick the puck back up and carry it in the neutral zone. Kafka still with it. She moves in. Kafka moving in, but had it knocked off of her stick. And it's played by Zimiga. And then it comes out of the zone by Rushmore. It could go the distance for an icing, and it will, with 6:46 to go here in the second period. Our second game will be our third place game between the Aberdeen Cougars, the host of this state tournament, and the Brookings Rangers, the 3 versus 4 seed. And it will be the top 2 seeds, Sioux Falls and Mitchell. That'll be coming up 2 o'clock, the championship. 11:30 is the scheduled start time of the third place game. 2.5 hours between each puck drop. It'll be played around to the near side for the Rushmore Thunder. Vetus plays it out of the zone. And Vetus still has it. She's got the 1 goal for the Rushmore Thunder. Vetus is tripped up by Lee. Referee keeps the arm down, though, as the Capitals pick it back up, and Swenson. Swenson, good move around. Now Olivia Swenson moving back in for the Capitals. There's a shot that's blocked down. And they'll come back out of the zone, and Vetus has it another time. She'll skate into the offensive zone. And Vetus with a shot that goes wide of Stuart Fromm. Chopping at it was Alyssa Stahl. End up chopping down one of the players for Rushmore. There's a backhander that goes through the blue paint and picked up by Buffalo. Her pass goes out of the zone, just barely out of the zone, where it's touched back in. The Rushmore Thunder might have actually touched it offside, but they allow play to continue. Here's Micah Buffalo. No harm, no foul on that one. Zimiga will swing it around and play it all the way down. They're going to wave off icing. Mostly because if they know how Ashley skates, they know that she was not going very fast to try and go get that puck. So Lee pass goes up off the stick of Bird into the neutral zone. Here is now Woods that will pick it back up for the Rushmore Thunder. There's a shot. Save is made by Stuart Fromm. She juggles it and catches it. And a no rebound with a whistle at 5:24 to go here in the second period. 18-11 in shots now. 2-1 is their score. Stuart Fromm will be making 10 saves now in this hockey game on 11 shots for the Rushmore Thunder. Still not there's more offense going in this second period. Still haven't seen as many shots as we maybe were thinking going into this hockey game. Emily Nemec plays it up. And out of the zone here by Cami Larson. Larson, she's going to try and create some offense. Larson is in. Her shot. Save is made. Rebound is stuffed in. Bradley Kafka's got her second with 5:08 to go here in the second period. And the Capitals lead it 3-1. That rebound again left by Claire Larson. And it is Kafka's that got her second of the game off the rebound from Cami Larson that Claire Larson allowed.
Cami Larson picked it up and went all the way through the neutral zone, put that thing on a pad, and that's sometimes what you have to do, look for that rebound.
So a 3-1 lead for the Oahe Capitals now as they have a 2-goal advantage over the Rushmore Thunder. Kafka starting to move back in. She's looking for the hat trick. She's going to make it pretty hard. We talked about how it is. We haven't had to worry about anybody getting the second player of the game. If Kafka scores a hat trick, it's going to be pretty hard not to talk to her again. Here is a 2-on-1 now for the Rushmore Thunder. Vetus, that pass was off of her stick, and then she fanned on it. Sarah Byrne. Evan Woods with a little bit of a slash on Kirsten Miller right in front of the net. That goes over, chipped along. Back to the neutral zone where Kafka ended up blowing a tire. Lost her balance more than blowing a tire. Ends up falling to the ice. That one was a little bit dangerous, too, because the way she fell backwards.
Yes.
It almost was like she was on the back skate trying to keep the balance. She's a little bit slow moving right now with 4:08 left to go here in the second period. Olsen is in. That shot goes just wide of the blocker side of Stuart Fromm. It'll be played around here to the near side where it's held in. It was not held in by Mallory Chisholm. And now will be a bouncing puck in just past Kirsten Miller. And around the boards it goes here to the near side. Chisholm again picks it up. Her backhander to the net. It was redirected by Olsen, and a right pad save by Stuart Fromm. A backhander to the net again was broken up before it got to the front of the net.
I don't know how she kept that one out.
That was an impressive one there by Abigail Stuart Fromm. And Swenson got it out of the zone, and it's played here the near side where it'll be picked back up by Rushmore. And Swenson will reach after it another time. Swenson trying to pick up some speed moving it in. As the second assist on that goal is to Brenna Ullman, her first point here in this state tournament. Actually, I believe she had an assist yesterday. But a backhander from Vetus, broken up before it got to the nets, and then Stuart Fromm went diving for it, but Lee took it away from her. And then now Lee will ice the puck with 2:55 left to go here in the second period. But a 3-1 lead. Kafka's got 2. Lee's got the other. Kafka's got 2 points. Lee with 2 points, a goal and an assist. And Brenna Ullman and Kami Larson with an assist right now for the Capitals. 2:55 still left to go here in the second period. Face off to the right of Stuart Fromm. It's won by Rushmore. Out to the point. Pass goes to the near side. Picked up off the boards. Kafka couldn't get it out of the zone. And it's played back around here on the far side where Lee will blow a tire. And then diving over the top of her was Olsen, not expecting her to fall to the ice. And now Olsen will pick up the puck from Woods and plays it around the boards to the far side. Melissa Stahl and Lucia Vitas. They were leaning on each other. Back out to the high slot. Hoffman with a shot from the point, and that goes high off the glass. Out to the near side blue line. Out of the zone it goes. Was not being able to be held in. That one came from Pong Club. As it comes out of the zone, delayed offside. Melissa Stahl picks it up for the Capitals and plays it all the way across, missing Kafka, but there is no icing with 2 now minutes to play in the second period. A 3-1 lead for the Capitals here in the 5th place game. They're looking to go 2-1 in this tournament and win that consolation championship. Here is now Kami Larson moving in. Larson with a shot that goes wide. Larson had that shot opportunity where Kafka was able to stuff in the rebound to make it a 3-1 game just a couple of minutes ago. Larson does a good job to hold the zone on the far side. That one comes all the way through. It comes back to the net, and Claire Larson is able to cover for a whistle. We got Kami Larson for the Capitals, Claire Larson for the Rushmore Thunder. 1:34 left to go here in the second period.
And some teams have 2 McCords.
And 2 Lloyds.
And 2 Lloyds.
We got a Lloyd up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 3 Lloyds in this tournament.
That's right. There hasn't been a boys or girls varsity state tournament without a Lloyd playing in
a long time.
And there's still about another 3 years left to go before there's any more. There's no more Lloyds in state tournaments. That one will be offside. Moving in offside was Chisholm. Bringing it in was Olsen offside.
Not that they know of anyway.
Yeah.
That's right.
1:23 left to go here in the second period. I shouldn't say that too because it's probably you probably don't want to hear that there's only 3 years left.
Well, there's more.
Here at KCCR FM Blunt as well as the KSDR Watertown just past 10 o'clock on this Sunday morning. 1:15 left to go here in the second period. Olivia Swenson moves it around on the far side. Played to the slot where Kirsten Miller will play it out of the zone. It'll be picked up by Cover. Trying to throw it back in. And out to the far side boards where Emily Nemec will pick it up. She blows a tire. Back behind the cage with 50 seconds to go here in the second period. He played around, and Gallup ended up falling to the ice. Out for Swenson, trying to win the race to it, but it was touched along by Olsen. Out of the zone it goes, and it's picked up now by Kafka. She's got 2 goals already. Kafka starts to move in, gets the shot away, and shot it just wide to the near side. 30 seconds left to go here in the second period. It is Emily Nemec, Ashton Lee, and Lee will pick it up as it plays around to the near side. Kafka moves in again with 12 seconds to go, but it had a good stick from the Rushmore Thunder to clear the zone. Out to Vitas, off of her stick. Nemec trying to dive for it. Both players hit the ice down to 2 seconds. Vitas tries to throw it to the net off the stick of Stuart Fromm, and that will end the second period.
What a great effort by Vitas to get a shot. 2 seconds left.
21-14 in shots in favor of the Oahe Capitals, and they now lead it 3-1 over the Rushmore Thunder at the end of 2 periods. So the Caps are going to try and control and hold on to a 2-goal lead in the final 17 minutes of the season and take home 5th place over the Rushmore Thunder. But we have our second intermission report coming up here in just a little bit as you're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock on a KSTR and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Oahe Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Oahe Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Oahe Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Oahe Federal Credit Union.
The Ramkota in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ramkota is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ramkota has a full hot continental breakfast so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ramkota in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today.
As we welcome you back here and into our second intermission reports, as it is a 3-1 lead for the Oahe Capitals over the Rushmore Thunder. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd as we bring you our second intermission report brought to you by the University of Jamestown, where your success is our tradition. And it is a 3-1 lead here for the Oahe Capitals. And Jim, this is a good spot to be in if you're the Oahe Capitals.
Yeah, the Oahe Capitals, they just keep plugging along and keep throwing it on the net. And their last one was a rebound goal. But they just kind of keep plugging along and keeping the tempo of the game and controlling the game. And that's where you want to be, 3-1, one more period left.
Bradley Kafka got the second goal of the game. As you mentioned, a rebound goal. Kaylee Larson got the initial shot. Brenna Ullman got the pass to Larson, where Kaylee Larson made that shot where Kafka was able to stuff it in. And this Capitals team, going into the season, I wouldn't say expectations were sky high for them, but there was, you looked at them and said, boy, this team can do a lot of good here this year. And where the middle of the season didn't go their way, they're now 17 minutes away from a fifth-place Constellation Championship, and you got to be happy with how it is. Obviously, you'd love to be playing in that third-place or championship game today, but to be a fifth-place team, and of course you got to finish these last 17 minutes, that's a good mark to be at. You're going to have a better record in the state tournament than either Aberdeen or Brookings, who will finish in fourth place. And that's you love to win your last game and also to be 2-1 in the state tournament. That's a good mark to be at.
Well, we talked about the Capitals on Friday and the overtime games that they've had. They've played with everybody in the league.
Yeah.
They've had some things, some luck things that went wrong and that reflected on their record, but they've played with everybody.
I'm just enjoying the conversation.
I was going to say, I was waiting for Jeff to come in and have something to say.
You two are so relaxed. I'm standing up here, look over, there's nobody here.
We're setting up in the owner's suite here for the Wings, and they've got some stadium chairs here, and we have the luxury to sit back in a little bit.
Yeah, we've got a chance to relax a little bit during our intermission breaks. But there is no relaxing in this third period for the Hawaii Capitals, and especially those three seniors, and for the Rushmore Thunder, for Kaylin Cover, the lone senior. There's no relaxing at all, because now I will say you want to make sure that you don't relax, but you soak in the moment, because this is the final regulation period of your high school careers. And Ashton Lee going to go on and play. Kaylin Cover is going to go on and play college hockey, but Olivia Swenson and Addison Gray, other than maybe Swenson still has an opportunity to go play some college hockey if she wants. But for the girls that are not going to go playing in college, this is it for them, and they want to soak in the moment.
Yeah, like we talked yesterday with Cover, and she's the lone senior on this Rapid City team, the Rushmore Thunder, and she was so complimentary of her teammates, because with being the only senior, she could have kind of been, cast aside, so to speak, and they really made her comfortable with it, and it really has worked out well. But she had nothing but good things to say about the experience and with all her teammates, and that was really her concern with them, and then she was looking forward, of course, to playing college hockey also. But she was very complimentary of her team, and that was really her concern, and the fact that it's been such a great experience this year with these kids.
And they come into this as an 8th seed,
yeah,
and didn't have the season that they probably wanted to, but she just had a great time.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Loved playing with her teammates, and they had a great season. And of course, now an 8th seed, they're here fighting for 5th in this tournament.
They didn't play varsity hockey last year, the Rushmore Thunder. There was 9 teams in the league last year, 10 teams this year. The Rushmore Thunder are that 10th team that moved into the varsity hockey. So they go from not playing last year at all to at worst being the 6th place team, but also fighting for a 5th place Constellation Championship,
which is great.
That means that is hard to do in any sport at any level, no matter what it is. It's hard to do to be not a varsity team to then all of a sudden being battling for 5th place in a Constellation Championship.
Now the boys' schedule, or the boys' program, has 11 teams. The girls have 10.
Yep, Sioux Falls has two teams, which gives us those 11 teams.
Yes, that's exactly right. So who are they missing as far as the girls? We're all squared away here. Every town has a girls team.
Yep, yeah, because Sioux Falls.
Because of Sioux Falls having two.
Yep. Brandon Valley for the boys next year. I believe it's Brandon Valley that will join the varsity ranks next year. So they'll have their first varsity team ever next year. That will give the boys team another 2 games to play. They'll play 22 instead of the 20. But the girls played 18. You play everybody twice.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. You don't get you get a specific number of games to play, but it's based on how many teams there are. So if at some point there ends up being 20 teams in the league, then you're playing 38 games.
Yeah.
But right now with the going to be the 12th team that joins the league, they'll have 22 games to play.
Well, and go ahead.
And Huron girls program next year, from what I understand, is questionable if they're going to have the numbers. The girls program, more so than the boys, is always a numbers game. We've talked about it. Most of these teams field 2 lines. Well, you lose 3-4 girls, all of a sudden you don't have 2 lines. So, and I think that's possibly where Huron's going next year. They're that program's up in the air as far as the girls varsity program.
So and then of course We still got 2 more games to go here at the girls varsity state tournament. Aberdeen and Brookings should be a good one, the 3 versus 4 matchup. Both the teams are going to try and turn things around after last night, not getting the win and get to the state championship. And then the state championship matchup where it was fun because going in the tournament, it was going to be Mitchell and Sioux Falls. That's how it is in the state championship.
Yeah.
Mitchell, they were able to not necessarily walk their way, but they did a really good job of getting to that state championship. But it hasn't come with a little bit of some nervousness of those teams that were expected to be in the state championship. There were some good games that have been played all the way through. Although it's still the top 2 teams like we thought it was going to be, it was a lot of fun to get to that point, to the state championship.
And I think we maybe have, amongst the 3 of us, we might have a little discrepancy as to who we think might win at that game.
Boy, I don't know if I don't know. I don't want to make a pick of that state championship game.
I had my choice as first game of the year.
First game of the year?
Yep.
Who'd you say?
I said Mitchell.
You said Mitchell? Who'd you?
I really think Mitchell.
Yep.
If they play like they did yesterday, I think Sioux Falls doesn't stack up with them.
Yep.
But Sioux Falls has beaten them twice this year.
Yeah.
And the thing about Sioux Falls, perhaps they're not as flashy as Mitchell is.
That might be the key
and
word.
Maybe doesn't have the speed and so forth. But those gals that are on that Sioux Falls team, they know what they're doing. Very calculated. That's what you see, I think, in the differences, and we'll talk about that more as that game gets closer. But I know a lot of those girls from both teams, and it can go either way. I've always liked this Mitchell team.
If Mark Bukovic is listening to us right now, he's saying, "Boy, I just got some fuel to add to this state championship."
Oh yeah,
because I'm not making a prediction. I'm not going to say
yo-yos on the radio
right.
are picking the other team.
We're undefeated, and they're not picking us to win the state championship.
Well, and
I surely
don't slight Sioux Falls because if you go 18-0 in the regular season, you've accomplished something big time, and he has a team there that's pretty special. You don't get those teams like that. That team is special. And they'll be coming into this one, but we'll see. That's why we're anxious for that one.
It should be a humdinger.
Coach Bukovic is got to be. He's ready to go probably right now.
Yeah.
If he's listening to us, he's going, boy, I can't wait for this game to get started. He might look up to us. He might look up at us.
And coach, we can't wait. If you're listening, we can't wait till you bring that team on the ice, because it's a lot of fun.
We're going to have a lot of fun in that state championship, but we have the 3rd period coming up in the 5th place game. That's going to be on the way next. We'll have that for you. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Fieldhouse with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big-screen TVs. The Fieldhouse, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Oahe Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
The Ram Coda in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ram Coda is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ram Coda has a full hot continental breakfast, so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ram Coda in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. As we welcome you back here and into our third period, the White Capitals lead at 3-1 over the Rushmore Thunder. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd. The final regulation period for the Rushmore Thunder and for the White Capitals here this season. Yesterday it was not guaranteed to get playing on Sunday, but now today you know that this is the final game of your season. So with 21-14 in shots in favor of the White Capitals, a 3-1 lead for the Capitals. This is the final regulation period, and for the Capitals, they want to make sure that they end this third period with a win.
And you can bet there's not a single girl out here right now that doesn't know this is the last period of the season.
Yeah,
and some a career.
Yeah, and you get 2 seniors right now. Actually, 3 of the 4 seniors in this game are on the ice. Olivia Swenson, Ashton Lee for the Capitals, Kaylin Cover for the Rushmore Thunder. And we are underway here in the third and final regulation period. There's a shot that goes just high over the net that took Stuart Fromm by surprise. Here's Vitas. Pass over through the slot, and it's intercepted by Byrne. Byrne has it. Sarah Byrne trying to move in, kicks it along. It goes down and into the offensive zone for the Capitals, but picked up, though, by Cover. And Kaylin Cover out to the neutral zone.
It's a great name, isn't it? Cover.
And if there's a spread, she's going to try and cover the spread.
I mean.
But the good thing also is there's no betting on high school hockey, so there is no spread to talk about.
No, but it's just a great name.
As it will be. Well, that's the first thing I think about is covering the spread, because that's all it is sports now, is sports betting.
Yeah.
16:08, but again, not in high school though. 16:05. I don't make any bets during games. Here is Sarah Byrne. Gotta make sure I cleared that up.
We do make predictions, though.
We make predictions, just not bets. Here's Sarah Byrne. That a pass goes over. That was deflected off the Rushmore Thunder. And Kaya Olsen will get it into the neutral zone.
We make predictions and have no clue.
Would be picked up by Chisholm. There's a shot that goes high again. Yeah, we made a prediction that probably made Coach Bukovic kind of mad. Here is Briley Kafka. She is in, looking for the hat trick. Kafka's in. She scores! Briley Kafka's got the hat trick. A 4-1 lead with 15:35 to go in the third period.
And the hats hit the ice from the Capitals fans.
There's 5 different hats on the ice right now for Briley Kafka that's got the hat trick.
What a tournament she's had.
She has been one of the best players in this tournament. And she has now gotten 5 goals in this state tournament.
And she's not a junior. She's not a senior.
She's not a freshman. She's not a sophomore. She's an eighth grader. She's going to be around for another couple years.
What fun is she going to be to watch?
And those hats are already being returned back into the rightful owners. And then we'll hand it all back out to Bradley Kafka with a hat trick. And a 4-1 lead here for the Hawaii Capitals with 15:25 to go in this third period. Sarah Byrne gets the assist, one of the assists. We'll have to make sure that there is no other assist that was given. There's a shot on that Stuart Fromm makes the save and a whistle with 15:14 to go here in the third period. Riley Kafka, 5 goals in this state tournament, 3 here today.
Well, in the top line of these Capitals will be all back next year.
They're just losing 3 girls. While they will miss those 3 girls, they have a lot that are coming back that will be that have really stepped up in this state tournament and hopefully carry into the next season. Brenna Ullman, as she'll turn it from the far side. Gets it out to the near side where it's picked up by Ashton Lee. And then Ullman and Zimiga, Zimiga that lost a stick. There's a hockey headquarters loose stick on the ice right now. Cover moves that closer to the Rushmore bench, but not close enough to the Rushmore bench to pick it up. As it's picked up, the puck is picked up by Swenson. Her pass back. It'll be played over, and I think maybe that stick was finally, nope, it's still over there. They're trying to fish it out from the bench. Olivia Swenson back again over for Byrne. And Byrne dumps it in, will go off for a change. 14-10 to go here in the third period. Around it comes to the near side. Our next game will be Aberdeen and Brookings in the third place game, as Ashley picked off that puck. It'll be played over, and it'll be Cami Larson that pushed it back in for a moment. And it's played back over. There's one player falling to the ice. That was Chisholm. And now over, Larson nearly got tripped up. She looked back at the referee. She went over and kind of slashed a little bit of Chisholm as well. She might have been looking back at the referee to make sure that wasn't being called against her. And it'll be cleared away by the Capitals and all the way down for an icing with 13:30 to go here in the third period.
It's like when you commit a foul in basketball and you put your hands up and tell everybody in the place that you made a foul.
That's right.
Or sometimes where you get that extra push and then you go, wait a second, what? That wasn't on me.
Or if you drive by a policeman and look at him, you'll get a ticket for sure.
but you're probably speeding, right? Usually when you go past them on a two-lane road, that's probably not good for you. Here is Briley Kafka that will move it. She's already got a hat trick, looking for a fourth one here in this game. Kafka behind the cage. Backhand pass is broken up. Was turned over as Zimiga will get it out of the zone. Kirsten Miller played it back off the boards. And it will be here to the offensive zone. Cami Larson will turn back and play it over for Byrne. Still waiting for that update on the live scoring to tell you exactly if there is another assist. And there is a penalty. A rough is going to come.
Kafka.
Well, Kafka, since there's no fighting in high school hockey, is a rough as good as a fight? So if she gets an assist, she's got the Gordie Howe hat trick. Yeah. She's already got a hat trick and goals. She just needs an assist right now because she got a penalty for a rough.
And the Rapid City says that's a good spot for her.
Yeah,
They've seen enough of her.
Maybe leave her in the penalty box for a while.
All three penalties by Oahe in this game.
Yeah, third Pelican Power Sports power play. As it will be Ashley trying to get the puck out of the zone. Breaks it up again for Woods. Flips it up the ice but not out. Held in by Zimiga. That shot goes just wide. It'll be played here again to the near side. And it will come out of the zone. Racing after it will be Swenson. She's thinking attacking shorthanded. Swenson. Zimiga got to it, but Swenson lifted the stick to pick up the puck. Now Swenson still with it. She'll continue to wait. Keeps it in the offensive zone. Swenson falls to the ice, and it'll be played out by the Rushmore Thunder. And still with it as the Rushmore Thunder as they dump it in. Picked up by the Capitals. Cleared out by Nemec. All the way down it goes. Might have something wrong with the live scoring. Still can't get that next goal up there. It'll be Ashton Lee. Played over Woods here for the Thunder. Back it goes. Zimiga, shot that's blocked down. A rebound chance. Blocked again. Woods a pass back to the slot, but it's intercepted by Swenson, and she'll send it the length of the ice with 33 seconds left to go here in the power play.
Something you've not mentioned, but Swenson, of course, the captain of this team.
Yep, one of two captains. The other captain, Ashton Lee. They both wear the C up on their jerseys. That one nearly turned over by one of the two captains, Ashton Lee. But she'll get the puck back. 11 minutes to go here in the third period. 10 seconds left to go in the power play. Capitals have it 4-1 lead. With 3 seconds to go in the power play, there's a shot that's broken up. And it will be Sarah Byrne. And coming out of the penalty box is Briley Kafka, but it gets caught up in her skate, so she couldn't get the breakaway. She was that close to having a breakaway opportunity for her 4th goal. Swenson moves in. Her shot goes off of a skate, off the netting, and we get a whistle as the puck is out of play with 10:35 to go here in the 3rd period.
Timing was good on that one. If they could have got that onto her tape, she'd have been off to the races. Briley Kafka, 3 goals already this game.
A hat trick, a penalty, a rough. Just, again, need the assist for the high school equivalent of a Gordie Howe hat trick.
We haven't had a 4-goal scorer in this tournament, have we?
We have not yet, but Kafka's got 10.5 minutes to try and make that happen. That one stays in the zone. Kafka, you think that she's thinking about it? She's already got the hat trick. Maybe she's not worried about a 4th goal, but maybe she is because she's feeling it. That's a great turns around. That shot save is made. The rebound squeaks wide. And then Kimmy Larson on the other end trying to find a way to stuff it in. And we get a hook called against Rushmore. And the Capitals will have the power play. Their first power play opportunity. And it will be Simika. That Kimmy Larson's tapping her stick. She's not going to get a penalty for it, but I believe, I can't remember what game it was, but there's a penalty called against a team, and everybody tapped their sticks on the ice, and then that team got the penalty too. Got called for an unsportsmanlike penalty. I think it happened in the boys' game. Maybe Coach Steele, if he's listening, he might be able to tell me if that happened in the boys' game or not. But it was one of the funniest things that they finally got a penalty call against that team. They tapped their sticks and ended up getting called for a penalty themselves. So they didn't get the power play that they wanted. With 1:45 left to go here in the 3rd period, there's going to be the power play. Olivia Swenson moving in. That shot goes on net, and Larson makes the save, and we get a whistle. So it will be still 1 minute and 41 seconds of power play. In the penalty box is Zimiga.
9:50 left in this one.
And the first Pelican Power Sports power play. The Capitals are 0 for 14 on the power play in the state tournament. They're looking for their first Pelican Power Sports power play goal. They need to help out Feeding South Dakota, getting $15 donated for every power play goal in the state tournaments. Ashton Lee to the high slot. That shot, she scores! There it is! Ashton Lee's got her 2nd of the game, and the Capitals now lead it 5-1.
High in the slot, Ashton Lee. She shot it. She didn't know if it went in. She had to turn around and look at her defensive men. And they had their hands up in the air. I don't think she saw it go in.
There is the power play goal. I think Swenson's going to get the assist, maybe Larson as well. With 9:35 to go, the Capitals lead it 5-1 over the Rushmore Thunder. And there is your Pelican Power Sports power play goal. Another $15 donated from Pelican Power Sports to Feeding South Dakota. Here is Zimiga out of the zone. Here it comes in Ashley. That's a pretty neat deal that Pelican Power Sports is donating $15 for every power play goal. Whoever is in charge of Pelican Power Sports, he's a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell him.
As there's a bouncing puck, and that will be, we have a offside call against the Rushmore Thunder. But it's not just this tournament. It'll be the next tournament as well. So you get a chance for the girls and the boys to score power play goals, and will allow the Feeding South Dakota get some money donated to them. So both tournaments, no matter the team, they're helping out a good cause every time they score a power play goal. Mallory Chisholm at the high slot. Couldn't get a shot away. And it'll come on net. It's loose, and we'll get a whistle. Stuart Fromm was able to cover it up. With 8:57 left to go here in the third period.
It was a sleepover. There's so many people on the ice there.
Just need the pillows. Yeah. Well, and you talk about sometimes the big pillows of the pads. So yeah. Stuart Fromm got 2 pillows. 8:57 left to go here in the third period. 24-19 in shots in favor of the Oahe Capitals, but they lead at 5-1 over the Rushmore Thunder. Face-off will be controlled by the Rushmore Thunder. Couldn't get a shot away. Oahe Capitals will pick it back up. It was touched by the stick of Stuart Fromm, and then to the near side corner it goes. Olsen looking to get a shot away. She goes down to the ice. She blew a tire. Picked up by Sarah Byrne. And Byrne will race over into the offensive end. Pass over for Swenson. Swenson couldn't get the shot. It was blocked by Hoffman. Ullman throws it to the net. Save is made. Back for Ullman again. Another chance that goes into the slot. And then Swenson shot it just wide, looking for that maybe one final goal of her senior season. And out of the zone it goes for Kaylin Cover. She's looking for one more goal in her senior campaign. 8:12 left to go in the third period. Pass to the slot, broken up by the Capitals. There are a couple players that were on the ice again. You can tell it's the third game in 3 days. There's a shot that goes wide of Stuart Fromm. A lot of players are hitting the ice, mostly because of how tired they are.
And they get up a little slower.
Every single time. They can fall the ice with no problem, just like Olsen just did, and she's a little slower to get back up because it takes a little bit more energy every time that you got to get back up off the ice. Here is Lily Hoffman. That pass goes out of the zone. It'll be picked up here by Kirsten Miller. That high shot goes well over Larson. Played back on the near side at the blue line, but it does come out of the zone by Hengala. And now it'll be back for Bradley Kafka. She's got 3 goals. Moves in, couldn't get the shot away. Was poked away. Addison Gray, who scored one yesterday for the Capitals. Back for Kafka, but can't get another shot again. As it's back for Zimiga. And she'll back in, flip it, try and get out of the zone. Held in by the Capitals. Gray tries to throw it. Then Kafka on a backhander. A save made by Larson as she dropped down to make that save with 7:04 to go here in the third period.
She has pink on her stick, doesn't she, on her paddle?
Yep.
It is a 5-1 lead for the Oahe Capitals. We can fill you in on those scoring. Sarah Berg got the lone assist, and Kafka got the assist on Lee's goal on the power play. So there is Bradley Kafka's high school hockey equivalent of a Gordie Howe hat trick. A goal, an assist, and a rough called against Kafka. So there's an offside by the Capitals with 6:45 to go here in the third period.
Briley Kafka, she just has that knack to always get the puck on net. You saw her down there just a little while ago in traffic, and she's just always putting pressure on those goalies.
And she's got a good hard shot as well. That makes her dangerous. She's got 19 goals now, one away from a 20-goal season for Bradley Kafka. She's got 5 here in the state tournament, 14 in the regular season, 5 in the state tournament. 6:30 left to go in the third period. There's a shot from the point. Doesn't get through, but picked up by the Thunder. There's a wraparound chance that's blocked up by Stuart Fromm. She has made 19 saves on 20 shot attempts. Ashton Lee, she's looking for a hat trick. Lee moves all the way in. Lee with a shot. She scores! There's Ashton Lee with a hat trick, and the Capitals lead it 6-1.
She knew that one went in. And here comes the hats out onto the ice.
There's more hats this time. Everybody's trying to throw the hats on the ice now. A 6-1 lead for the Oahe Capitals. 6:15 left to go here in the third period.
2 hat tricks for the Oahe Capitals.
And they're still coming down.
They're even throwing those big green hats out there. I wouldn't give them back.
Throw them up here. We'll wear them for the rest of the day. With a second hat trick for the Capitals. 3 goals for Kafka, 3 goals for Lee. And the Capitals lead it with 6:15 to go, 6-1 on the Rushmore Thunder. They are on their way. There's a timeout going to be taken by Rushmore with 6:15 left. And the Capitals are well on their way to having a 5th place championship. As the Capitals, they got their signs over there. The mascot, they kind of had their mascot again. Not the fully dressed mascot, but somebody was wearing like a hoodie that looked like they were wearing like an eagle. But
yeah, the mascot, the Eagle mascot, he was here about 2 periods, I think.
Yeah,
that's all he could make her.
I was gonna say, you really can't get too hot in an ice rink, right? Wearing the mascot.
I don't know, with that big costume. Maybe he fell down the steps.
That's true. You probably feel a little bit better if you don't wear the mascot gear because you can actually see where you're going. Unassisted goal for Ashley Lee and a hat trick.
A lot of times in a case like that, they'll have a handler.
Yeah.
To help them if there's stairs and things like that involved.
But coming out of the timeout here, and also we are less than an hour away from our second game of 3 today. The third place game, 11:30 is the scheduled puck drop between the Brookings Rangers and the Aberdeen Cougars. should have a good crowd on hand.
Yes, sure hope so.
Brookings always travels well. Aberdeen, obviously the host team. While they would have loved to be playing in the state championship, a third-place trophy, still not too shabby of a state tournament. So as we come out of the timeout.
Well, they've had a number of changes from last year, and they won it all.
There's some teams saying
different coach.
It's about time Aberdeen designed the state championship.
Yeah. They've been good for a long time. Not that they're not this year, but they were dominant for many years.
And Aberdeen's also saying we want to be in the state championship every year. Doesn't matter what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, right.
6 minutes to play here in the third period, as it will be played at the blue line by the Rushmore Thunder. Vetus will swing it to the goal, but it's blocked up by Lee. And now Ashton Lee's trying to say, how about 4 goals for me in this game? 5:45 left to go here in the third period. 28-20 in shots. The Capitals have scored on 6 goals on 28 shots. There's the 20th save of the game for Stuart Fromm as that one comes through. There's another chance. Vetus with a save, a couple saves, but then she scores. Vetus has got her second of the game, and it's a 6-2 game.
She stuck with that one. She put the first one on the pad, and it came back out to her again and raised it up just a little bit and got that one to go in.
So with 5:30 left to go in the third period, we're not quite done yet. 6-2 our score with the Rushmore Thunder. Vetus getting her second of the game. We've had 8 goals in this game and have come from 3 different scores.
Yeah. That's
8
right.
goals and 3 goal scores. Katie Reese will take the face-off against Evan Woods, and it's won by the Capitals. Micah Buffalo now over for Nemec. Pass goes back to Buffalo, but she wasn't ready for it. Picked up by Chisholm. And a delayed offside here by the Rushmore Thunder. Out of the zone it goes from Emily Nemec. And it's played back to the Rushmore blue line where Buffalo will, with one hand on her stick, push it into the zone. Now she's going to try and kick it along back to her stick. And then lost the handle of the puck, but held in by Miller. Buffalo fell down, gets back up. Pass goes across looking for Reese, but couldn't get the stick around in time. Ullman trying to throw it to the net, blocked up by Zimiga. And it's played back farther in the corner with 4:35 to go here in the third period. Again, stay tuned for our post game. We'll talk to our player of the game. 4.5 minutes left to go. There's a tie-up still in the corner. 4 players were battling for it. And now it'll come to the far side as Olsen gets the lone assist on Vetus' second goal of the game. As Vetus has got 3 goals in this state tournament. There's offside called against the Capitals. Ashley was moving in.
Ashley says, are you serious?
She's
Offside?
Like, this was perfect. This was the time for me to get that 4th goal of the game.
You could just see the disappointment in her helmet.
She's wanting to talk to the radio. She wants to be the player of the game. She wants that puck. Probably wants the puck more than actually talking on the radio. As it comes to the near side, going to be Kirsten Miller. That will push it in the zone. Bradley Kafka for the Capitals in the near side corner. She'll go to the ice, knocking down with Lily Hoffman. We get a hand pass called with 3:54 left to go here in the third period. The puck will come out to the zone. It'll be a face-off just beyond the Rushmore blue line. And again, we'll have our player of the game coming up after this one in our post-game show. And we'll also get you set for Aberdeen and Brookings in the third place game. Our second of 3 today. And our final 2 games coming up of this state tournament. Olsen moves it in. Cover moves it in. She's looking for one more goal, trying to get to the backhand, but a good stick either from Stuart Fromm or from one of the Capitals defensemen. And it's played out of the zone by the Oahe Capitals. With 3.5 to play here in the third period. Here is Lily Hoffman. Pass off the boards. It's out of the zone. Olsen plays it back to the Capitals blue line. As Elena Youngblood moves it along. There's a loose stick picked up by Olsen. The hockey headquarters loose equipment. And now it'll be played over again. Back to the Rushmore blue line. Youngblood touches it along. Here's Lee that picks it up. Lee's got an opportunity for 4 as she moves in on the back end off the goalpost. Yeah. Lee nearly had the 4th one.
That's a great shot.
Throw it back to the net. Swenson is over there. Boy, she was that close to being a 4-goal game for Ashley Lee. Swenson, the backhand pass comes over, and it is Larson that will cover for a whistle with 2:37 to go here in the third period. Missed it by that much.
I actually thought that was in. She was going to her left, and she backhanded it, and off the post.
So here is Katie Reese to take the face off. Picked up by the Rushmore Thunder. It'll be Kirsten Miller. A pass goes across, and it'll be played all the way down. And Miller will pick it back up before it was an icing. Up for Reese with 2:20 to go here in the third period. It is Emily Nemec that will pick it back up. Pass goes over the blue line. And it now will be out again from Nemec. With 2:05 left to go here in the third period. Zimiga out of the zone and out into the neutral end, where it will be eventually picked up in the offensive end for the Rushmore Thunder. Chisholm had her stick tied up with Miller. There's a shot from Chisholm, and we get a whistle with 1:49 as Stuart Fromm made the save. She has made 24 saves on 26 chances, 28-26 in shots. And the Hawaii Capitals now will take their timeout with 1:49 to go here in the third period. Well, if you guys will allow me here, I had an opportunity to cover a lot of girls hockey games for the Hawaii Capitals this year for the first time. And I appreciate the support from our sponsors that we had throughout the regular season, all those that watched and listened for the Hawaii Capitals, because I looked at the schedule and I took it to Tara Steiner, the boss, the GM at the Riverfront Broadcasting. I said, how about I cover some girls, a lot more girls hockey. We're doing the state tournament. I need to cover some more girls hockey. And she looked at me and just said, if you want to, you got it. You can do it. If you think you can do it, go ahead and do it. And so I got a chance to cover about half the games this year, and I appreciate all those that listened, all those that followed along. It was a lot of fun this year, and I'm happy to see, and I say that a little bit of bias in me right now, happy to see that these girls are 149 away from getting a fifth-place Constellation Championship.
And the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association thanks you for all the games you've done.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you've done a lot of them.
You have. When we talk with John Winkler, we don't just talk hockey. We talk basketball, we talk football, we talk baseball, and you're looking probably 200 games a year.
Yeah, that's my goal this year. I was about 7 short last year. 200 games is my goal this
193,
year.
200 is all the same.
Yeah. Looking for 200 in 2022. 149 left to go here in the third period.
That's remarkable.
Face-off will come to the right of Abigail Stewart Fromm, as it'll be.
And he still has a voice.
Olivia Swenson. The key word is, he says, I still have a voice. Doesn't say I have a good voice. Just I have a voice.
A voice.
A voice. Yeah.
A voice.
That's all that's. I guess that's all that matters to me. Maybe more so for everybody else. Here is Olivia Swenson Ashley Lee that will dump it. It's Swenson out there. They have an empty net right now for the Rushmore Thunder. They're trying to. If you lose by 4 or 5, doesn't really matter. Lee looking for the empty net. She's trying everything she can to get to that puck to get that empty net. Riley Kafka probably thinking the same thing. She'll back in it, though. Back around the nets with 1:10 left to go. 3 seniors for the Capitals are out on the ice right now. Olivia Swenson, Addison Gray, and Ashley Lee. The pass was broken up, and it'll come out of the zone. Out towards where Venus is at. She's looking for a hat trick. In the final minute here in the third period. There's a shot and a save by Stuart Fromm and a whistle with 53.2 to go here in the third period.
Well, we thank you, John, for everything you've done for us and bringing us along on these tournaments. It's been an awful lot of fun over the years. And, of course, personally, how you invite me to everywhere you and I cross paths, you always invite me on the radio, and I do appreciate that.
Lily Hoff with a shot, and that's an easy decision to make to have you guys along. Olivia Swenson plays it. She was looking for that empty net. Been a lot of fun here in this first 9 games of the tournament. We still got another 13 games to go before we're done for the rest of these tournaments. We got 2 more today, and another 11 next weekend.
I'm just happy you put up with me.
Addison Gray. There's a shot from the blue line, or from the red line, from Olivia Swenson looking for that empty net. 15 seconds left to go here.
And my wife is too.
All the way down. They're going to wave off icing. 10 seconds left to go. The White Capitals, they won the first 2 games of the season, won 2 more after that to finish out the regular season, and then they come here in the state tournament. There's an empty netter that goes just wide as time expires. I'm not even sure who actually got that opportunity, but the White Capitals will win it 6-2. They go 2-1 in the state tournament and will finish as a Constellation state champion, as they will win 5th place, winning 6-2 over the Rushmore Thunder. We will step aside. We'll have our post-game show coming up here in just a little bit. We'll have our player of the game as well, as you're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on YouTube, or on KSDR, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096. The Fieldhouse in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Fieldhouse with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Fieldhouse, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Okay, and we are back. We are back with the winning Capitals. They won 6-2 over the Rushmore Thunder. And we are back. We're going to go back down to John Winkler. And he's going to have the player of the game. And we'll see if we can get John on. And, yeah, go ahead. John's down below.
I don't hear anything.
Talk about being able to come back and win this game and get that 5th place trophy.
You know, I think earlier in the season, people weren't as confident as they were now. But, you know, in front of the big crowd today that we had and knowing that it was our last game together, I think everyone was able to keep their head on straight, keep a positive attitude, and finish out the season like, you know, we were trying to finish it out, so.
You know, as a captain, as a senior, this is your last game with the Oahe Capitals, but being able to score a hat trick, personally for you, what does that mean?
You know, it's kind of funny because I didn't score a hat trick all year, and then, you know, suddenly the very last game we play, I'm able to score one. But, you know, I'm just really thankful that I was able to put in some in the back of the net in my last game. So.
And you play with the boys for the last several years, and this is your only year with the girls playing. What does this team mean to you, being able to play this last year with the girls?
They mean absolutely everything. I've been able to create such great bonds with these girls in such a short amount of time. And, you know, we have a big age range. You know, we have some 7th graders on the team all the way up to seniors. And so I was able to create friendships with every single one of them. And I think that's what really matters when you're on a team.
Ashton, congratulations on the 5th place trophy. Go celebrate with your team, and good luck in college.
Thank you so much.
Ashton Lee, our player of the game, as we send things back upstairs to Jeff and Jim.
All right, thank you, John. From down below, that was Ashton Lee, our South Dakota Amateur Hockey player of the game. That is sponsored by South Dakota Amateur Hockey. So we had a good one there in a consolation championship. Oahe 6-2 over the Rushmore Thunder. We have a little ways to go yet today. We have 2 more games. Coming up shortly at 11:30 is the puck drop. We will go on about 15 minutes before that, and that will be Brookings against Aberdeen for the 3rd place. And then if you stay with us all the way to a 2 o'clock puck drop, we will have Sioux Falls, who's the number 1 seed, and Mitchell, the number 2 seed, will be playing for the girls varsity state championship, and what a lot of fun that one is going to be. We've seen some really good matchups in this tournament. We started all the way back on Friday, and on that game 1, it was Aberdeen beating Aberdeen, the 3 seed, and they beat the Caps. So the Caps went on to play in this one, of course. But then it was Sioux Center and Mitchell, where Mitchell won 9-1 over Sioux Center. And game 3 of that first day, we had Brookings beating Watertown 6-3. And then we got to game 4, a 5:30 game, Sioux Falls 4-1 over a real pesky Rushmore team. And then it took us into Saturday, where Sioux Falls beat Brookings. That was a last night game. And then Mitchell 8-2 over Aberdeen. In the consolation bracket, Rushmore 4-1 over Watertown, and Sioux Center lost to Oahe 5-3. So we are into Championship Sunday. We just completed game 1, where Oahe wins 6-2 over Rushmore, and we are now awaiting our 11:30 puck drop, Brookings and Aberdeen, and that ought to be a good one. We will go on about 15 minutes, probably about 11:15 on that one, so you just stay with us. The YouTube will stop streaming, and then we will bring it back on at 11:15. And Jeff, this has been quite a tournament so far. 2 games left in this one, and they are going to be dandies, to say the least.
Yes, they are. 22 saves for Olsen, by the way, for Rushmore, getting a start today. 25 saves as far as Fromm for Oahe. And, of course, Kafka with 3 goals and an assist. And, of course, you had Lee with 3 goals. in this game. And, of course, Vitus had 2 goals as far as Rushmore was concerned. So, anyway, 6-2 was the final score. Oahe getting 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. Rushmore 1 in the first, none in the second, and 1 more in the third. 6-2 is the final. We get set for, again, Aberdeen and Brookings coming up for that third place game at 11:30.
That's right. We start coverage at 11:15 for our third place game as Aberdeen and Brookings will do battle. And Jeff just said that. I don't know why I had to repeat that. But
I hear an echo.
That's right. It is a 6-2 win for the Oahe Capitals as they are able to get that 5th place trophy. It's a lot of fun to see the Capitals finish their season strong. Personally for me, great to see the Capitals finish the season strong as they finish in 5th place here this for the 2022 season. Back on the air at 11:15 here on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, as we'll send it back to regular programming. Until then, so 11:15, we start coverage of the third place game between the Aberdeen Cougars and the Brookings Rangers. You are listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock on KSDR and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
You've been listening to the 2022 Girls Varsity State Hockey Tournament. The Girls Varsity State Hockey Tournament is brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Weatherall, Wagner Auto, the Ramcoda, Pelican Power Sports, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Hockey Headquarters, and the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce. The Girls Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Becky Potsuba State Farm Insurance, Hermanson Endodontics, Sunmasters of Pierre, the University of Jamestown, Xander Auto Parts, Renke Gray Wealth Management, the Fieldhouse of Pierre, and Kubota. Join us all weekend for more exciting girls varsity hockey action. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central